Hi, and welcome to the Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to our Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast. Welcome back. We're going to have a good time today.
This is podcast number 39. For those of you guys watching us on Ustream, hi out there. Wave, say hello,
internet,
pal.
Internet TV land.
For those of you who are just listening to our podcast, every Friday at approximately 9:15, you can actually watch the recording of our podcast live on Ustream. I'm going to make a link for it, since we're talking about links, you can actually find us on Twitter, twitter.com/ewebstyle. You can also find us on Facebook, and this is the link I'm kind of talking about. The easiest way to find our Facebook page is to go to ewebstyle.com/Facebook, and that'll automatically take you to our Facebook page. We're going to do the same thing with Ustream. We haven't done it yet. By the time you hear this, if this is a podcast, and if you're watching on Ustream, you actually know where the link is, so you're okay. When you hear this,
I say the majority of y'all listen to this, they're going to be like, "Oh wow, that's been up for like 2 or 3 weeks."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if you're listening to this already every Friday at 9:15, you can log into your computer and you will be able to go to ewebstyle.com/Ustream, and that is the letter U, stream as in streaming audio. We are streaming. Not streaming audio, streaming video
and audio.
We are streaming our podcast live. As you can see, if you're watching,
we moved around.
Right,
we want to show you all the office, more of the office. This is the front part.
Right here in the front reception area of eWebStyle here in Houston, Texas. As always, we want to talk a little bit about what we discussed last time. Do you remember at all?
No, not even
nothing?
close.
Okay.
We talked about having a podcast, and we probably said something about Facebook and Twitter. That's about it, man. I don't
all right. I'm going to give you a hint. Think rap.
We talked about 50 Cent's new album. I don't know. He had an album about to come out.
Look, there's only one rapper that we can talk about here at eWebStyle. You know
most serious.
Most serious.
What's up, Chuck?
We sorry you're not here. Hopefully you'll join us next time. We were talking. Actually, remember we went through all the lyrics of his.
Oh yeah, that's right. We finished the
design coding.
Design coding.
Yeah,
that's an awesome rap. Y'all gotta go check that out.
Go back and check out that last thing. Again, it's an I know it sounds funny. It's an SEO rapper. So
yes.
Literally, he raps about SEO.
About a technical topic and does it very well.
Yeah, and if you just follow the information in that rap, you'll be in good shape.
I think you'll be in great shape. I think he's got some really good information on there.
So how about news? I know you don't have your phone, so we don't have any of your wacky news today.
I got you know what? There is something odd in the news today, or not odd, but stupid. A friend of mine on Facebook showed me this last night. Okay, late Wednesday night in Tennessee. 3 football players from the University of Tennessee got arrested for not aggravated assault, for armed robbery. They also happen to be 3 of the top recruits in the country. So how are you going to be one of the top ball players in the country and you're going to go rob somebody and you're going to expect no one in your own community not to notice you? And one of the idiots had his University of Tennessee like sweatpants on.
Wow.
So it's like, okay.
So this goes, my first thinking was, I know the answer.
Yeah.
It's law of deservedness, right? But this is just stupidity.
He just wasn't thinking like, come on, man. You're a big time ball player. You're gonna rob somebody.
You're probably a big guy.
You're probably a huge guy.
So most people can actually recognize you just from your frame in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
And where was it? We're in Tennessee.
Somewhere they played ball for University of Tennessee. So they had their Tennessee gear on. It's like, why don't you just write your name across your chest?
You know what? Well, I have a solution for them. Because the news item that I pulled up, Facebook was used as an alibi.
Really? For what?
So there's a guy, I don't remember what state he was, what city he was. There was a guy who was accused of a crime. He heard that the police were looking for him. Apparently he has a record of some I don't know. How do you hear that the police are looking for you, right? I mean, anyway, he turned himself in because he was sure that he would, be acquitted, that, it wasn't him. And he got nailed in the lineup. And when his father realized that he had updated his status from his father's house, like 4 minutes before the crime was committed across on the other side of town.
Hey, there's no way.
Actually,
Thanks, Facebook.
Actually, there is.
Oh, how?
All he had to do,
log in.
we're gonna get a little technical, is RDP, because I get on my computer all the time.
I couldn't have done that. I was at the house. But I was RDPing while I was committing this crime from my telephone,
which I can do on the phone. So
right.
I am probably now one of the only people on the planet who cannot use Facebook status updates as an alibi. But that's what they could have done. They could have used their phones.
What kind of crime? What did he do?
It was burglar. It was a mugging. It was a mugging.
Okay, I think that somebody that's that intelligent and is intelligent enough to use RDP.
No, he wasn't using RDP.
Oh, okay. I thought he was.
I'm saying that they used it as an alibi.
Oh.
So, but it is possible for him to appear to be on his dad's computer.
Oh, so he had his dad update his Facebook status. Hey, Dad, I'm about to go rob this cat. I'm gonna need you to update my Facebook status right quick.
It's a family business.
Yeah, I guess.
And we all know that lineups are 100% accurate.
Every time. That's why I stay out of them. That was and then Balloon Boy we talked about. They got in trouble. Y'all saw the Balloon Boy people there. His folks got arrested, I think, or something like that.
They just admitted it, right? They just we did it. Yeah, sorry.
Yummy.
Yeah. So that's come on. There are fame in and of itself is actually not that valuable.
Yeah, really.
Right? Fame is not that valuable. It's the things that you do, to build up the fame. Football fame, valuable. Throwing a balloon across the country and having the entire world follow you, not so valuable.
Not so valuable. Unless you can sell some T-shirts. Which will probably be confiscated by the government. Saying
that's where other people are making money. Because remember, other people are selling.
I thought it was the family.
No, it was other people. They're
on the interview, they have a T-shirt like, "Hey, now you can buy this
my T-shirt." No, we didn't do this for marketing, but if you wanted to, you can buy this T-shirt right now. Run Falcon Run or Go Falcon Go. Oh, that was crazy. The other little piece of news, and it is technical, so we'll call this relatively related.
Okay.
Microsoft banned 1 million Xbox players from their live service.
That sucks. I don't play Xbox Live, but that sucks. What do they get banned for? I know that's a big time gaming platform. Yeah,
so the Xbox 360 is a huge gaming platform. You can actually sign in and play against people around the world, and in this Xbox Live service. And basically, what Microsoft, apparently a big new game was released recently. There were actually people,
World of Warcraft or like some war game.
Yeah, some war game, and people were playing the game on Xbox Live before it was released.
Well, there's a sign that something was done illegally. So.
Yes. And so what it is you can actually modify your Xbox to play those games, to play illegally copied games.
Yeah.
And Microsoft tagged those people and shut down their live account.
But I knew that. Like, I had my old Xbox was modded, but I knew, like, hey, if I ever got on... Oh, yeah. I mean, my homeboy had one that was modded, and I knew if you ever get online that they were going to ban you, so yeah, that's your fault.
Well, apparently people have been playing, with modded Xboxes this whole time, right?
Oh, I thought they'd catch you instantly when they...
Well, they probably had the capability, but, think about it. They just closed down 1 million accounts. I don't know what the cost of Xbox is. I don't know if it's like $10 a month, $5. I don't know what the cost is.
But that's got to represent some significant revenue.
Well, they have 20 million users, so they ended up losing 1 million. But it's still huge, and so
I mean, that's 5% of your customer base. That's 5%, right?
Sound good enough.
Hey, it works for me.
5%. So if you have an Xbox and it's modded, really you shouldn't get on live right now
and that one's free. That's free advice right there.
Yeah, right there. We're gonna save you the whatever the $10.95 you're paying a month because you could get banned.
That's right.
What I don't know is if maybe they just flagged a million copies, or if they actually are able to determine that the Xbox was modded. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. That's a good question.
Kind of interesting stuff.
What's on the agenda for today?
We got some real exciting information about Lynx.
Okay.
Aren't you guys excited? Lynx. So you're fired up. Are you
fired up?
You're like, did he just say Lynx? Are we talking about Lynx today?
Inside. That's how I feel.
Like, Lynx. I need some more coffee.
Get your link on.
Fired up about Lynx. We're gonna talk about go back and listen to our podcast. everything that we give you, if you follow everything that we do, I'm actually looking at the mic and not on the
me
camera
too. I
here.
was. As you said that, I was just looking at the mic. I'm sorry, y'all. All right.
So we go back, listen to our podcasts. All of our podcasts are available. You can get them at ewebstyle.podomatic.com. We're always talking about links. We're always talking about all kinds of
they're
links.
so important. Links are like the lifeblood of your SEO campaign.
Paramount. Let's just say paramount. And we can say paramount from the very beginning. We've talked about if you have a Flash website and if all of the links on your Flash website, maybe you just have the control bar across the top of your website that is the navigation bar that is just Flash. Well, Google and other search engines can't follow Flash, and so you're actually not going to get all the pages on your website.
You won't get indexed, yeah.
So that's how paramount links are. They're in paramount in terms of getting indexed, and in the value, the thing that Google did first, and I think we could argue still does the best, is utilizing its PageRank, which we're also going to talk about. And PageRank is a function of links, and how high the quality of links are that link back into your website. The premise is if MSN links to our website and not Joe Schmo SEO, then we've got more credibility for SEO because MSN has a high credibility, a high page rank. If we've got 5,000 moderately credible inbound links and Joe Schmo SEO, which is kind of rhymes.
Yeah.
It's good.
If he has a MSN, he'd probably get.
Well, then you're like, okay, 5,000 moderately valuable versus 1 valuable. Okay, so then we get into
which is
the
more
nuances. But we can certainly say if we had 5,000 and he had 100 of moderately
MSN,
100 moderate links, then we're going to have more credibility. And there's a thing that's actually called PageRank, named after Larry Page. That's an interesting story. That's like podcast 6, 7 in that range. So go back and listen to that.
So what about PageRank? There's what happened with PageRank?
PageRank, yeah, it's gone. It was on Webmaster Tools. If you're not familiar with Webmaster Tools on Google, go back and listen to a podcast because we've got a podcast on Webmaster Tools. I don't think we'll be too in depth. That might be a good subject for our next podcast.
Okay.
We'll go into more in depth into Webmaster Tools. On Webmaster Tools, which is a service provided by Google, so you can kind of coordinate how Google interacts with your website. It would actually tell you the page rank. Okay. And a while back, within the month, right?
I say within the last month,
it disappeared.
So you can't check your own page rank now. Well,
yeah, you know the answer to that one.
I said it, and I was like, wait a minute. That's not true.
We were just talking about that.
You can check your own page rank. The page rank tool is still there, where you can download the toolbar and have it on your search engine, your browser. It'll still tell you the page rank of any website that you go to. So it's not available in the Webmaster tool, but it's still available in the toolbar. Well, you can download.
And the first time we heard about PageRank being removed, it was kind of told to us in the context of no longer is Google going to use PageRank, right? Well, the fact that they still have it on the toolbars, and actually, let's just be honest, the fact that PageRank is a fundamental aspect of their algorithm from day one, back when they were discovering it in, I think, a university in California, Mr. Larry Page and friends. It's at Stanford. That's an integral part of the Google algorithm. So they may take it off of pages. They may even take it off the toolbar and make sure you don't know what it is, but they will always use it.
Yeah.
Right? So that, at least that's my argument. We're not hearing anybody else. We're not reading anybody else saying that, but I believe that wholeheartedly. I think it's hard to argue the counter to that. Why are we so excited about backlinks? You sent me some email this week or something, right?
Because I'm pissed at Google.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
All right.
Sorry, Google.
I'm not sorry. Give me my links back. Okay. So I'm checking links. I'm like, all right, let's play around. Let's see how many links we have. I do this all the time. In a previous podcast, we said, hey, here's how you check your links. In your Google search bar, you type in link, and the name of your website without the www. So I type in link, webstyle.com.
Right there in a Google search.
That's
bar.
right. No
Okay.
space between the colon and your website. Right?
That
you
messes
can find
everything up.
Yeah, you can find this directly from the Webmaster Tool. That's where I found it. So I look at it and I get this like 2 days ago. I get 3 links back, and I'm like,
all right, I'm going to roll this story even
Okay.
a little bit farther back.
Okay.
Right? Because we often talk about the fluctuations of your website and that you want to be monitoring it on a monthly basis. You want to know where it is on a monthly basis, and you want to watch trends. And if it falls off one day, and don't freak out. Understand that, keep doing the things that we talk about in this podcast. And we'll give an example. Paul, this is embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's actually on a sales call on the phone, and he's like, hey, we're always on page 1 for SEO Houston.
Yes.
So why don't you just pull up SEO,
SEO
Houston?
Houston.
This will
And
be, you're going to see how good we are.
I got my chest out. I'm feeling good. I'm like, wait till this fool sees us on the first page of Google. And he's like, well, I don't see you.
And you're like,
I'm
what?
Well, try Houston SEO. Or try this right here.
Internet marketing,
Or try
Houston.
search engine marketing. Or, we're giving away all our secrets, man. We're giving away all the keywords. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, all these keywords were on the first page for, and I'm like, it just disappeared. So I'm like, try not to panic, like, trying to finish the sales call. Like,
yeah.
no, really, we know what we're doing. You need to do this. And I sent Chris an email like, man, you got to check. So I checked the links. I found, okay, Google returns 3 links. I emailed Chris, like, dude, look at this.
What is this? What's
what
going on
the
here?
hell just happened?
And I wasn't really in the frame of mind of Paul, so I looked at it and I was actually with another client. I'm like, yeah, that link you sent me, it just means we got 3 links.
Yeah.
Not really processing the fact that we have 500.
Be
to
happy we
1,000
got
links.
3. That's more than 1. Dang.
And like 2 of them are from our own links, right? So we started, doing some research. Where did these links go? And
we had hundreds of links.
500 plus.
Yes, of links, probably 2-3 weeks ago.
High quality links.
Yes.
And so this is a great topic of subject, because remember, at the end of the day, no SEO expert knows everything. It's not possible, because we're not Google.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're working within the Google framework, and all we can do is say, you know what, we did this yesterday, it worked. We did this last month, it worked. We did this the month and the year before, it worked. Keep doing this and tweaking it, because we are always tweaking. We're always testing. We're testing. We've got a duplicate content test underway right now, and it's by doing those kinds of testing that's how we're able to become world-class experts at SEO. And again, even world-class experts just means we've done lots of tests, we've done lots of projects, and they've worked. It doesn't mean we know the Google algorithm. It doesn't mean that we are Google. We always tell our potential clients, the only person who can guarantee you first page placement is Google. Because they own and run it.
Yeah, and they don't.
You can be as good as we are and know that we're going to get you on the first page, because we do know that. But we can't guarantee it. And we're not the kind of group that says, you know what, it's happened every client before. And we let people know this, but you can't put a guarantee on that, because we're not Google. So one of the things we did, and this is a great tool that you guys can use, there's a website called backlinkwatch.com. We use it all the time. It's really nice, and
it's a way to check your backlinks.
So
it's another way to check your backlinks outside of a search engine.
So we checked it on Google using the link : and then the website, and I guess just because we wanted to make sure we haven't fallen off the face of the earth for no unknown reason, we went to backlinks, because it's another independent source of, hey, what websites are linking back to you.
We have links on backlinks, right?
500 plus links on backlinks.
So there are links.
Yeah.
So Google, where are my links at, fool?
Bring the links
Bring
back.
my links back.
Bring the links back.
I don't know what y'all did, but man, almost gave me a heart attack the other day on the phone.
Almost.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Man, come on, man. Don't do that to it. Don't do that to me.
And one of the theories that we have, we are a web design company. We also do, and this is a theory I've heard run out there. I don't really believe it, but I like to throw it out so that people have like different understandings of what is potentially going on. Most of our backlinks are our clients, our web design and development clients, who also become our SEO clients. And so most of our backlinks are actually on the same server. They're actually on the same server and same IP address, as us. So it is potential that Google sees that and says, you know what, these guys are just creating a cluster of websites that are pointing to them, and it's all for credibility. And I don't think they would necessarily do that specifically because of us. We're a legitimate situation where we're doing web design. We have the right, based on our contracts with our clients, to put our link back to us on their website, and we do. And there's nothing. We're not trying to game the system this way. So I think that's really.
I mean, you think they could have called us? I mean, you called Ann. What's her name?
Kay
Bailey Hutchinson. You told her they were doing something wrong. You can't call the web style. Come on, man. I thought we were cool.
You know what? Every time I see her now, all I can think is, why do we need knees?
Yeah, why?
And if that sounds really weird, you
go-
haven't listened to one of
go
our
back to
podcasts.
the other
Go back and
podcast.
listen to one of our podcasts.
So if that's happened, if there's anyone out there, we've given you all these tools. You should be checking your
own backlinks.
your backlinks. You should be checking how many pages have been indexed with the site colon tool that we talked about a few podcasts ago. If that's happened to you, shoot us an email. Let us know if your links disappeared or your search engine positioning changed drastically. Send us an email. Maybe we might be able to help figure out what happened and get you back on the right track.
Yes.
No.
Send us emails.
Yes.
Where do they send us emails?
I don't know. Podcast at e-webstyle.com. And we need to say something. In case you submitted an email in the last
Well,
week and a half,
a request for approval.
an analysis.
So there's something that we wanted to talk about also, which is Google Goals.
Okay.
We have, just so you know, we have a Google Goal as Google will notify us anytime somebody has hit a particular page. In this case, our goal is the thank you for submitting a request for analysis page.
Okay.
So anytime somebody gets to that page, the only way they can get to that page is to go through our form. Anytime that happens, you can imagine now we know that we've achieved a goal. Somebody submitted a form. Well, apparently, in at least in the last 2 weeks, we've got about 4 or 5 achieved goals
For that
for
thank you
those
page.
forms and that thank you page, and we haven't received the forms.
So if you submitted a request in the last 2 weeks, please submit it again, because we don't know where. It didn't come to me. It didn't come to Chris. We don't know where they went.
And if you do submit it, also fire an email off to us, and you can send that straight to podcast@e-webstyle.com, and just say, hey, I submitted one, or submit the information also, both. In fact, if you did both, it'd be great, because we want to know when somebody's, this is a whole debugging process.
And except for Dean. Dean, I know that you're listening and watching. Dean, I did get yours, and I've already sent you your analysis. So Dean Calhoun out in Lafayette, Colorado.
Cool.
I got yours. You're good to go.
What's his website?
Affagility.com. They are an environmental health and safety consultant out of Lafayette, California. But he has excellent.
He's the one who asked the question. Yeah, Dean.
He did.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah.
Which needs to the. Dean asked a question. He says, well, he kind of just brought something up, and I thought it was a good topic. He talked about PageRank, where he said, I'm dropping in my PageRank.
I think we covered that one last time.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, I think we did.
Well, we still have some more info about it. Dan, I sent you that article about PageRank. He says my PageRank is kind of dropped, but my search engine positioning is still
getting
really
better. Actually getting
good.
better. Yeah.
And I was like, well,
good.
yeah.
Well, and really, I think when he said it, he was like, "Hey, you've got a good podcast. Got to throw that in." Thanks, Dean. And he also said that I'm all the information out there says don't focus on PageRank, and I'm trying not to. And I happened to notice it dropped, and I'm still doing good in the search engine results. So he came back and requested an analysis.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes,
Well,
I
enjoy
got
that
it.
analysis, Dean. If there's
So the
anything
short answer is just, if your search engine placement is good, that's what I think you should really focus on.
it's all
If you're on the
that
number
matters.
one spot in Google, who cares what your page rank is?
Immediately after SEO, search engine optimization, good search results, comes SEVO.
SEV. What's SEVO? Search engine
Visitor
optimization.
And that's something that we talk about almost in every one of our podcasts. It's easy to get website to your traffic. It is easy.
It is easy to get website to your traffic?
Yes. It's much easier to get website to your traffic than it is to get traffic to your website. It's easy to get traffic to your website.
Yes.
The important thing is not just that process, because that is a process. It's time consuming. It's not rocket science. If you listen to this podcast, we're not rocket scientists.
Yeah.
We're good at what we do. We're not rocket scientists.
Yet.
And yet. Or are we
I'm
gonna?
actually in rocket science school.
We could make a balloon
And literally.
we just can't use the name
rocket
Falcon,
scientist, yeah.
right? We have to come up with some other.
rocket scientists.
Rocket.
So I can meet women and say, I am a rocket
I
scientist.
actually am a rocket scientist. Thank you very much. Buy me a martini.
I'll take one.
I want one of the real fruity ones.
Because I'm a rocket scientist.
The apple teeny. I've totally lost.
Me too. I'm like, where are we now?
So it's easy to get web traffic to your website. That's really weird.
There we go.
But as soon as they get there, you've got to be able to close the deal. You've got to have calls to action. You've got to have things that you're doing to make sure that those people convert. That they don't just come and visit your website and go, "Wow." Well, if they come to our website, "Wow, what a pretty website," and then go away.
Yeah.
"Wow, what a pretty logo," and then go away. You don't want them to do that. You actually want them to stay and click and call and
buy.
interact and buy,
Convert,
and all of that good stuff. So that is search engine visitor optimization. We're the ones who started talking about that.
And I think we're going to get into goals. We're going to go over that next.
I think we
time we
got
got?
another 5 minutes. So and it's kind of, we can at least touch on it. And we already did. We talked a little bit about Google goals. What is a Google goal? Well, Google goal is a particular page. In fact, Google gets specific enough that you can actually start defining a path. So if they come into your front page and they go to, let's just say, your SEO page, and then they go to your form submit page, and then they go to your thank you page, that's one path, and you can actually define that as a goal. You can actually make another path. That's if they came to your homepage, and maybe that's because you handed out a business card, or they just found you somewhere. Let's say that you're doing search engine optimization with us. We've got you on the first page for something, and they found you because they came from a browser. And in that case, they wouldn't have gone through the home page. They would have started right on your search engine optimization page, then gone to your form page, and then gone to your thank you page. That's a different path. That can be a different goal.
Okay.
And Google's done something really exciting. At least you've told me they've done something really exciting. Yay, Google! He still wants his links back.
I want my links back now.
And they've increased the number of goals from 4 to 20.
20.
So now you've got a lot more flexibility, a lot more options on what you can do with your goals and your goal setting, and then monitoring. You can actually do e-commerce goals. We've got one of the websites that we're partners in, and the goals aren't just individual one-off goals like, oh, the guy made it to the thank you page, which apparently implies that he's filled out, or that he filled out the form,
or bought something.
You can get more specific with e-commerce, and you can actually have dollar values go into Google Analytics. By the way, all of this is Google Analytics. I don't think we made that clear. Google goals are in Google Analytics. So you need to get a Google Analytics account. You need to put a little bit of code on your website so that Google Analytics can start monitoring it and reporting that traffic to you. And there are some flaws with Google Analytics. We love it. It's an amazing product. It's literally infinitely more valuable than its price.
Yeah.
Since it's
Because
free.
it's free. So hence infinitely more
valuable. So go ahead and get that set up. Inside of Google Analytics, you can set up those goals. And there are some problems with Google Analytics. Go back and listen to some of our previous podcasts. We do outline the challenges with Google Analytics, because there are definitely some problems that actually there's some that you can't get around.
Yeah.
No matter what.
So goals, we're gonna try to go over that more next week. Goals, I think it's an awesome topic. It's like one of the backbones of you doing your visitor optimization. And I say this all the time in analysis, and I'm glad that you said you can take them. There's a path.
Yeah.
I've never used that term because I didn't know it existed, but I tell people you want to with your calls to action, you want to take someone from one point to the next page, to the next page. You want to take them down a path that you choose for them, and hopefully they buy, pick up the phone, and call. And that's Google Goals is a perfect way to
monitor that.
Monitor that.
So we have in this case, kind of one of the things that has really brought this up to the forefront pretty quickly is we have a client who's getting lots of traffic. In fact, he got it pretty quickly within a month and a half. 3 or 4 of his terms were on
Yeah.
the first page of Google. He's getting more traffic. He's actually getting more phone calls,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, okay, these are great. He's more of a B2B kind of person, business to business kind of business, not a C2B, consumer to business. And so he's getting some consumer calls. He sees the value of being on the first page from the perspective of getting traffic. And he's now looking at, okay, convince me that getting more traffic is eventually going to pay off. Really, you go through an ROI with him, and that's not going to be a hard thing. The other thing that you can do is start talking about paths. And one thing you could define is, okay, you come to a particular page and it branches off. Are you a business or are you a consumer? And so then we could say, look, 10% of the people who go through this process to fill out information or request a white paper, those are all different types of call to action, are actually businesses. And eventually one of those is going to close. The value of one business for your business is so much more
It's
than
phenomenal.
the fees of
Your optimization
for your
investment in
optimization.
optimization.
so it's a no-brainer. So you do it. I know you said you didn't want to use no-brainer anymore, but
I
just
told him, I was
did.
like, it's a no-brainer, punk. Psh, take that.
And while you're at it, call Google and give me my links back. All right, well, we've reached our time. We're going to have a great podcast next time. This was a great podcast. Let's real quickly. Twitter.com/eWebstyle. That's where you can find us on Twitter. e-webstyle.com/Facebook. You can get to our Facebook page. e-webstyle.com/Ustream. That's the letter U, and stream as in streaming video and audio. And keep sending us emails. If you look at any of our reviews on iTunes, by the way, if you found us from iTunes, please do us a favor, go to iTunes and submit a review.
Thank you very much.
And thanks to you guys who have already done that. But if you read those reviews, you'll realize that people get good information from here, and we actually answer mail,
Yes.
and we spend time on your mail, and everything that you ask us, if it may not be something that we do on a regular basis, it actually just continues to add to our expertise. So we actually appreciate that. That's
Yes.
really good. So that is the end of podcast 39. Until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burris.
And I'm Paul Hansen.
Bye bye for now.